guys and ghouls, I am Lumpy the Pumpkin, and I am honored to welcome you back to the Jay the Reader channel, where we talk about everything books, spooky stuff, and middle grade horror. If that sounds good to you, hit that like and subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. Now sit back and enjoy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I am Jay the Reader, and I'm very excited to talk about a Goosebumps book with you guys today. Let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking about Vampire Breath. I really like this book. I'll start off by saying that. Let's get deeper into this. There will be spoilers, so there's that, just so you guys are informed. Let me start off by saying I knew nothing about this book going in. I don't think I even saw the episode Vampire Breath, like the Goosebumps show, so I really went in blind to this. This book is about Freddy and Kara. They are friends. It starts off with Freddy and Kara babysitting for a neighbor, a little kid, and they're telling him that the little boy scary stories, and they're kind of scaring him a bit, but it's all in good fun. And then they go home, and they're hanging out the next day in Freddy's basement, and they discover a hidden door in his basement, and it has a tunnel leading deep into the underground where they find another room at the end of the tunnel. They go in, they find a coffin. They don't find anybody in the coffin, but they see a bottle that's labeled Vampire Breath. They open it, the room fills with fog, and then Count Nightwing appears. So Count Nightwing appears, and he's trying to kind of like suck their blood, like kind of bite their neck, but he can't because he has no teeth because he's old. And he can't remember where he left his teeth, and then he tells them, I'm 100 years in the future. I fell asleep 100 years ago, and I've been awakened now 100 years later, and they need to find more vampire breath. But then the kids are like, yo, we opened the vampire breath, and that's how we summoned you. And he goes, you know what? If there's any vampire breath left in the bottle, let's go check. And if there is, I'll go back in time, I'll leave you guys alone, and you'll never see me again. So they run back down the corridor after being chased a little bit, and they find the vampire breath bottle. They open it, and it turns out there was more vampire breath in it. And they open it, and they send Count Nightwing back to the past. But here's the twist. They get sent back with him. I really like this part of the book. I didn't expect there to be a time travel segment or storyline or plot, and there was, and I thought it was really cool. So they go back to the past, they wake up in this room full of, or they go into, when they get to the past, they appear in this room full of vampires in their coffins, and they all awaken, but they don't notice the kids, and they fly out the window. They still have no, they haven't found Count Nightwing in the past yet, but then he walks into the room and he says, yo, I still need your help finding that vampire breath, and so I can get my teeth back. It's pretty funny that he lost his teeth. It almost made it feel like he had like dentures, and it was really cool. And the kids are terrified. They want to find the vampire breath before the Count Nightwing does, so they can go back to the future and leave all this behind them, right? So they try to escape the castle at first, and they realize they can't do that, and then they're on the search for the vampire breath. Then they meet a little girl who's said to be like a captive of the vampires, and she's like, I know where the vampire breath is, or I know how to get you out of here. I know how to get you out of here. So they follow the little girl into the the dungeons of the castle, and it turns out she's also a vampire. And then Count Nightwing finds out that she was trying to pretty much feed off their blood, and he's pretty mad, but he goes, no, don't feed off their blood yet. I'm going to turn them into vampires once I find the vampire breath so I can get my teeth back. I forgot to say that. He wants to turn Kara and Freddy into vampires, and obviously they don't want that. They want to go back to their time period and be safe in their home. But then they find the bottle of vampire breath. They open it. They go back to the future, but twist, Count Nightwing comes back to the future with them. But here's the big twist of the book. He's in the basement with them, kind of chasing them around, whatever, and the mom and dad come home to Freddy's house, and they're like, the mom goes, Dad, and Freddy's obviously confused, and he's like, wait a minute, that's my mom's dad, and that means I'm a vampire too. That was the big twist. There was also another little twist. It's revealed at the end that Kara's a werewolf, but the big twist was that Count Nightwing was Freddy's grandfather the whole time. I really liked that aspect of it. It was a cool twist. I wasn't expecting that to happen. overall, I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed this Goosebumps book. Was it the most scary? No, and I think that worked in its favor because it was a very light-hearted feeling book. And I really enjoyed the time travel aspect and all that. I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed it. I read this book with a smile on my face. I was satisfied at the end. It was just, it was really, really good. As I usually do, let's get into the positives and the negatives. Let's start with the positives. The first positive about this book is Kara and Freddie. Well, Freddie's the main character, so Freddie and Kara, they actually act like a really real friends. Like, they act like real friends. Their dynamic is real, and I like that. For a kid's book, sometimes the kids in the book or the characters in the book can feel like throwaway characters, but not them. They weren't annoying at all. I really enjoyed them, and I enjoyed their dynamic and them trying to escape the castle when they go to the past. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a very big plus of this book. Actually, another positive is just the setting. When they go back in time, it feels like you're in the castle. R.L. Stine wrote that perfectly, and it feels really, really, really immersive when you're reading it. And I just love they put time travel in this book. I wasn't expecting that. I've never seen time travel like this in any Goosebumps book so far, or middle grade horror book, so it was really, really cool to see that in here. I really enjoyed it. I love the time travel storyline. It was awesome. Now, let's get into like the negatives, and there's not many. I would say that I wish the time traveling segment of this book came a little bit sooner and it lasted a little bit longer. I wish it kind of jumped into that quicker. I felt like maybe it was a little bit drawn out in the beginning when they were just kind of meandering around playing in the Freddy's basement, but other than that, I think that the pacing was actually really good in this book. But I would say that the time travel could have came a little sooner. I'd like to see them in the past a little bit longer. One other, not really negative, but thing I'll say is I think it could have been a little bit more violent. Like, maybe like I would have liked to see the vampire actually bite someone's neck. That would have been cool for a vampire story. It didn't really happen in here, but it was alluded to that he was trying to suck their blood and bite their neck. But I wish it actually would have happened, maybe not to the main characters, but to somebody else in the book. They could have added another character that happened to, but that's just nitpicking. It was still really good. And that's really all the negatives I have for this thing. Is not many. I really enjoyed it. Let's get to the rankings, like my final rankings. Like, we do the scare ranking, the fun ranking, and the overall ranking. So on the fun ranking, I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I thought this book was a ton of fun. I had a smile on my face the whole time. I love the characters. I love the plot. I love the atmosphere. So much fun. Now, on the scare ranking, I'm going to give it a 1.5 out of 5, and that's not a bad thing in this case. I really enjoyed the more adventure style that this went for, and I really liked it. It's not real scary. It's not supposed to be. It's just a fun little spooky read, and it was great. I don't think it needed to be any scarier than it was. I think if they overdid it, it wouldn't have been as good. And now let's get to the final ranking. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this book. I know this book is kind of not controversial, but some people don't like this book as much as others, and it's very split. But I liked it. I really liked this book. I would definitely read it again, actually. That's how much I liked it. Like, next spooky season, I'm probably going to read this again. So, yeah, I love this book. I definitely recommend it. This is one of the Goosebumps books that I would say, yes, definitely read. Unlike Scarecrow Walks at Midnight. My last video, I didn't recommend that book as much. I recommend this one. Absolutely. Give it a read. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, if you could like and subscribe, it costs you nothing and it helps me out a ton. There's more cool videos coming. I kind of took a break because I was a little burnt out and I've been reading so much. I needed to take a break. I just needed to refresh my mind. I needed to just really let it rest for a bit so I could put more stories in here and read more stories and just review more stories. So yeah, there's more videos coming. My next Goosebumps review is going to be on Stay Out of the Basement, which I'm really excited to make that video. I'm almost done reading it. I'm still going to review, talk about this book, The Monster Hypothesis. I haven't finished it yet. I actually got burnt out about a couple chapters into this is when my reading burnout happened, so I need to take the break. But yeah, we're going to talk about The Monster Hypothesis. I really like this book so far of what I've read of it. But yeah, we're getting back to it. I'm going to be uploading more frequently. Again, thank you guys for watching this video. This is all I have for you guys today, but God bless you, and I'll catch you in the next one.